Thank you, Jesus. Listen, don't worry. I don't want to trouble your mind. But I believe by the power of God in you, God is love. He's not gonna love you. Hello, everyone. I'd like to bring in today the concept of worship. The concept of worship. I had to do that background song because it was blessing my life earlier today. That Igbo song said, because of me, God had broken protocols. Because of the love he had done what should not have been done in order to, assert his love for me. And one beautiful thing in Christianity is the fact that there is a relationship connection we enjoy with God. And I want to encourage everyone, our Christian lives, the freshness of a Christian life is born out of the truth in your worship experience. If in any way you don't have a true connection with God, you have to seek one, because I don't know if there is that vacuum that can be filled by anything else than the true worship of God, where you feel his presence touching your very heart. And one of the big deals about God is that anytime you worship him in truth and in spirit, he's available to fellowship with you. The only time you would not get God come around is if you had not done it in understanding and you have not done it in sincerity. Because one thing with God is that he's not going to be present in a place where worship is formed, or worship is faked, or worship is acted. No, God will not be there. But if there is sincerity in your heart, you close your eyes or you connect your mind and understand his love, understand his majesty, and then you practice the environment that can produce his presence, ingenuity, you're going to get him to come. So I want to encourage in this short video that anytime you come in worship, be genuine, be sincere with God. Look at God and, you know, do it from your heart. And if you don't have a relationship with God, you can't, no matter how you do it, no matter how you wouldn't enjoy his presence. The presence of God is around those that are his. The presence of God is noticed in a genuine way, not in this activity way that is being formed, in a genuine way among those who have his character in their lives. When you worship, he comes around and he blesses your worship. He accepts your worships. He blesses you with his presence. So the encouragement this evening is, if you have not find time to connect with your God in true worship, please find time. Sometimes the schedules can be so much. I happen to have run very busy schedules, very busy schedules. And sometimes you feel that vacuum, like, oh my God, I've not had some time. And anytime you feel that vacuum, it's a call. That's like a call. I remember one time I was fasting and praying, waiting on God. And I was busy. Then I was doing my housemanship. I was very busy. I have fixed that time to be with God. But because of my schedules, which are legitimate and I have to be there, I didn't have time to come around, to come and enjoy that fellowship. And when I came in the evening time to round off my fasting, I have not prayed, I have not had time to God. But I noticed something about God. It's like he was following up my schedule and he knew that genuinely I didn't have the time. So as soon as I entered into the room, as soon as I opened my mouth to speak, there was this wave of his presence, so noticed, so mightily present. Oh, I said, oh my God, I've not been around since, but he understands. And he comes to validate his presence around to tell me that, hey boy, I know you love me and I know you've been looking after me, but you've not had time to come around. And somebody said something, how sometimes he escapes. He said he will do as if he's going to the toilet to go and urinate. And he tells God that, God, I just came here to tell you that I love you. I didn't have enough time, but I just want to tell you that I love you and I want to express it. So please, develop that relationship. Develop that relationship with God. It is the best thing that can happen to a man, that you can speak to God and God speaks back to you. You can feel his presence and he feels you. People that like that, people that have that breakthrough never become despondent. People that have that breakthrough don't have anything to do with depression. Because as soon as any situation depresses you, as you switch over to the presence of God, your strength is renewed. A verse drops while you are worshiping. Something happens that gets you back on your feet. And the devil becomes defeated around your life. So please, in case your schedules are getting too busy, find a song, find something to reconnect back to God. Let's not be too busy as to forget, because God loves fellowship. As soon as you are too busy to have him around, he doesn't like it. That's the truth. I notice it that he doesn't like it. I can prove it to you. In the Garden of Eden, God leaves the angels. Hope you know that the angels have been existing before ever man was created. He leaves all of the parties, all of the harmony in heaven, and come to the Garden of Eden to look for Adam and Eve. So he has invested there is a creature that looks exactly like him, that his love has been glued to. And nothing else can fit it for him. He wants to relate with them. And when he comes around to the earth, he sees his children scattered here and there. Who is it that is looking for a relation? He comes around. So please find time. Don't let this hustle and bustle take you away from God. Whether it is a night, quiet worship time can be done at any. It must not be early morning. It must not be in the afternoon. It must not be it can be done anytime. If in the night time is when you have time, just before you sleep, just look for somewhere and then tell God that, God, I came to remind you that I still love you. And develop that talking relationship with God. If you develop it, you are going to literally hear God speak to you. You talk, he talks back at you. People have gotten to that. By the grace of God, I have gotten to that. I could tell you that God said. I remember, was it Young Gicho's son that told his father, he said, Dad, you're telling a lie. Because you come to church and you tell them in church that God said. And when you were in your study room, I have checked several times to see where God was telling you something. And I didn't see God. And then you come to church and tell them God said, and the man smiles, oh, I need to teach my son. So you can actually hear God so clearly. When you have those times to worship, those times to pray, those times to look at your scriptures again, God comes in, and those are the times that He can actually reach out to you to correct some things about your life. He can tell you that, oh my boy, you are beginning to be too talkative. I want you to stop that. My boy, the internet is beginning to take a lot of your time, and I'm beginning to miss you in the well beloved. You need to cut down on that. Some of the movies you seem to have watched now are not glorifying my name. I want you to cut off that aspect. So God begins to show you some things about your life that you need to fix because you are finding time to worship, to pray, and to read your Bible. But those that don't have time, their Christian lives are going to have rough edges because no time for communication, no time. That's why a songwriter said, take time to be holy, speak oft with the Lord, abide in Him always, and feed on His word. Then make friends of God's children, help those who are weak, forgetting in not in His blessings to seek. So please find time, find time. We are very busy. I am very busy. What I mean very busy, sometimes even to sleep is a problem. And sometimes in 24 hours, maybe you have done just 2 hours sleep. It happens to me sometimes. And then you are looking for time to really be sure you reconnect back to God. Look for a way. Look for a way to make sure you worship, to make sure you hear Him, to make sure you read your Bible. We have to. God misses us when we are not there. You need to know that God misses us. God bless you. Please, until I come your way again, I'm Dr. Zekwin Raymond. Ensure to subscribe to this channel. Ensure to like and share our content. We have an assignment for God and we want to reach a particular number of people across the internet space. So if you help us sharing this, it helps us reach them. But for you listening to me, I insist again, don't be too busy. Find time. God is missing you in the well-beloved. There are some people that gladdens the heart of God upon the surface, and you are one of them. So please create opportunity for that discussion once again with Him. God bless you. See you next time. Stay out of trouble.